So the idea of an office or a collar GMT is to have kind of a GMT that you would use every day, just to give you a more practical way of having the time, and maybe set up one extra time zone that you can change, maybe if you're working with another country. So it's cheaper than a true GMT, which you can jump forwards and backwards with the hours. But of course, I thought if I have two watches at the same time that they both have office or collar GMTs, I would get them here and not compare them together, just show you the differences between these two watches. And you would say, yeah, they're very similar, but much different price range. But if you think about it like practically, you will really think, okay, that's almost a basically, if you go up the ladder a couple of steps, you reach this one, from the Boulder to the Christopher Ward, from quality, from movement, from everything. Like for instance, the movement, I put some paper on because I not so good with graphics and all the stuff, so I just use paper. So the Boulder is 415 euros. The movement, the S2 and S34 GMT, cheapest I found it was 100 euros. So that's a 0.24 percent, so 24% of the price of the watch goes to the movement. Here you get a Seiko GMT automatic movement with date at the 3 o'clock. You get 24 joules. You get 41 hours power reserve. You get 21,600 beats per hour. You get the Seiko DuoShock anti-shock system. You get hacking, hand winding, and the watch either made in Japan or in Malaysia. So that's the hand winding. You can hear it. You can also feel it. It's very tactile. It's very raw in that case. The third position, you change the time. And then you go to the second position where front, you can jump the date. Oops, I'm not showing. So let me show you again because I was looking at the watch. Basically, here is the setting, very smooth. Second position, if you do it to pull it downwards, you change the date. If you pull it upwards, you jump 1 hour forward, but you cannot jump back, basically because the back is the minutes. So back is the minutes, forwards is the hours. So that's the only way you can do that. So that's why it's called the collar GMT. And also you have the fixed bezel, so you cannot set an extra time here. You can set an extra time at the, let's say, with a GMT hand. Like now I'm -1 because it's 12, right? So if it's 12, I can say, okay, my GMT hands is at 14. So I have a +2 timing on my watch. So you can now have +2 always. If it's 6 o'clock, it's 20 o'clock at the time that you are counting. So you would have only one time zone extra that you can time on the watch. Same thing with this one. So as you can see, we have here the Selita 330 -2, so an improved GMT with 25 joules, also date, but this time at the 6 o'clock. You get 65 hours power reserve, which is quite impressive. Running at 4 hertz, so 28,800 beats per hour, has the Inca block anti-shock, has hacking, hand winding, quick date, and it's Swiss made. So, and the price of the movement, I found the cheapest one was 350 euros, which is 20% of the retail price, which is 1,695. So as you can see, if the movement price is around 20 to 30% of the price of the watch, that means you're getting actually a good, let's say, priced of the movement to complete build. Of course, the more, the better, because yeah, the movement is the most important thing in most of the watches. But here, let me show you, same thing. First off, the winding, you cannot even hear it. It's so smooth on this Selita. Really, really good work with the 330. So you cannot hear it. The hours setting is butter smooth. as you can see. So let's keep it at 12. So here we have the GMT. Sorry. You can jump the hours. So I jump 2 hours. Then you can jump the date. So you can jump forward, much easier. Still same function. Also screw down crown. I really enjoyed actually the wearing this watch, I have to say. From Christopher Ward, one of the nicest dailies in that price range, I would say. But yeah, these are the differences between a collar GMT that costs 1,600 and another one that costs 400. And the other one, we can show it now on the time graph. So as you can see, it's running not too bad, -4, -5, -3, but the beat error is high. Amplitude is still high, which is quite good. But yeah, high beat error, which could be attributed to the Seiko movement itself, or the regulation of the movement. But yeah, -7, as you can see. It's not the best, let's say, timekeeping watch, as per actually the specs of the watch is -20 to +20, so it's actually doing quite well for that spec. But the beat error is this thing that makes me want to think about readjusting it every week, just to be sure that you're on time to appointments if you're wearing it as a daily. And that's why you pay the extra money. As you can see, -1, +1, -1, 240 amplitude. So as you can see, both watches fully wound, worn for a day or two in this week, both of them. And this one has a beat error of 0.0 milliseconds, and the other one had a 1. So that's why you pay the difference, not only because the cost of the movement for the regulation and setup of the movement. So that's where also this price difference goes. Whatever the watch company saves goes, of course, to the consumer, but whatever it does also goes to the consumer. Basically goes both ways. You pay for more regulation, you pay for more precise watch, you pay for a better finish for the case, and so on and so on. At the end of the day, it all counts to preference and budget. Both watches have a place in anyone's collection. If you're looking for something, let's say, more affordable, under 500 euros, this Wilder offers a quite nice package for really, on the website, I think 415 euros, which I think is quite reasonable. And if you're looking for something like a really nice daily in the style of the Christopher Ward styling that they do, something like the Sin, the Damasco, for a daily watch, office watch, this would be a great option for that, the C63 Sealander. And yeah, these both are office or collar GMTs, so they are worn best as a daily or in the office. But of course, with the screw down crown, 200 meters water resistant, 150 meters water resistant, you can take them anywhere, even on the weekend, go swimming, climbing mountains, and so on. Yeah, that's about it for today's video. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section. And as always, this is an invitation to like, subscribe, and hit the bell button. The subscription button will be here. Doesn't cost you a lot. Doesn't cost you anything, actually. You just have to press. And 2 videos on the right and on the left that you might enjoy. See you in the next one. Bye-bye, everybody.